Hey there, Cosmic Loves. Welcome back to PersiaRedz space. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. We are at the end of this month now. We are going into Thanksgiving. We are going into winter solstice. Whatever that you wanted to bury should be buried. Whatever you want to get rid of should be gotten rid of. This was the perfect month for that. And now we are at the end. And we are in a blue full moon. Which also means that we're getting ready to be done with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde. So you can get back to being lit. Completely lit. It's been really crazy. And I know all this stuff has been going on, and now finally we can get back to what we were. So considering that it is Samhain and Halloween, I am going to use my Black Moon astrological deck, and I am going to use again my Hermetic deck to help give a little bit of detail to what this one is going to say. So I'm going to be picking 2 cards. So, all right. I really do hope that you guys have been, working on yourselves and enjoying this energy that we're in. It's not always all bad that we're in such an energy. It can be a bit much for us, but that doesn't mean that there isn't good things that come out of something like this. Let me concentrate real quick. Ancestors, spirit guides, guardians. What is something we should be aware of this week? What should we know? What should we keep in mind? What is a message that you would like to give us on this beautiful, beautiful Halloween day, Samhain day? What is something that we should be truly aware of? Thank you for blessing us with your presence and keeping us close. Always thankful. Always in a space of gratitude. What messages do we need to know for the week of November 2nd to November 8th? November 2nd to November 8th. All right. These cards, it doesn't really matter if they're upside down. Okay, so we have our first card here. Get these out the way. And then we are going to our tarot deck to get just an extra card of detail. What other cards are upside down? Okay. Ancestors and guardians, can you give us one card with detail about what we should be aware of that accents the card we've already pulled? What should be in the details about this card? My ring is trying to fall off. When it gets cold, my fingers shrink. And it's no rings will work unless they're already small. That's neither here nor there. But ancestors, spirit guides, let us know what is something we should be aware of. What accents this card that has already been pulled? Here. cards. Okay. So our first card is Venus. Love. All right, y'all. Let's see y'all bringing in some love now. And our next card to accent this is the Foolish Man, the Fool, the Spirit of Ether. Okay. So you guys already know what I'm about to do. If you haven't already got your drinks and everything, make sure you get them, because when I flip, you know that I'm about to go into detail with this. All right? Give me 2 seconds. All right. So we had Venus and we had the Fool. Okay. Y'all know it's Halloween for me every day, right? Let me clear this up. Halloween for me every day. Yes, I have changed the way I look once again. But let's get into this reading though. So we have Venus. And Venus usually is with the zodiac signs of Taurus and Libra. And what is funny about this right now is that Venus is in Libra. And that deals with like beauty, social balance, romance. If it's in Taurus, it kind of deals with the finer things of life and things of that nature. But we are doing Venus in Libra because we'll be in Libra. Venus will be in Libra until I think the 21st of November, and then it goes into Scorpio. So what we need to be aware of this week deals with balancing our social lives, where our romantic relationships end, and our beauty, how we feel about each other. And what's funny is I went through this whole transformation yesterday, like right before. So it's funny that the focus is on how we balance ourselves, our looks, and our romance. And then it was paired with the Fool. The Fool is like, I won't say all over the place, but the Fool, I'm trying to make it clear as it comes in with this. The Fool is normally naive and just kind of, it's a little bit wayward. And can, what was that? Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. There's a little glitch. Okay. So the Fool is like wayward. It's sensitive. It's about the flesh. It's about spirituality. So pairing it with Venus is telling us to be more sensitive to ourselves and our relationships. Because sometimes we get in a relationship, whether it be a friendship, romantic relationship, any type of friendship, and we kind of like become desensitized to certain things that go on within a friendship because it's something that we're used to, which can kind of lead us to a space where we are neglecting the person or overlooking things with them that really might be triggering for them or something that they really want to work on. So I think this week we should really be aware of our romantic relationships and even our non-romantic relationships. Bring a little bit more sensitivity to that. Bring, purposeful feelings to that. What I mean by purposeful feelings is being actively feeling something, being actively sensitive to the person that you're talking to the person that you're dealing with. It also goes into some of us, which are dealing with our spirituality and our self-love, the love we have for ourselves and the way we look. how handsome we are, how beautiful we are, how attractive we are. And sometimes in our spiritual journeys, we forget about all that. Some of us, we forget about all that. We're just so gung-ho on what's going on in our lives spiritually, trying to maintain, that we forget about what we would think of in some ways as mundane, is our looks. It's not mundane. Self-love doesn't just deal with the love you have for who you are on the inside. It deals with the love you have with who you are and what you look like on the outside. And the thing about it is, as long as you love what you look like and who you are, everybody else's comments are opinions. Just that. Not fact, but opinions. What you think of yourself is the fact. How you feel about yourself is the fact. I don't know if you guys have been following my post, but yesterday was a hard time for me. I've always had long locks, and then I cut my hair, and then I was letting it grow out, and then I decided to mohawk it in my own way. But it was hard because I've had long hair for a long time. So some of us have been thinking about taking a step with the way we look, our beauty, our attractiveness, how handsome we are, like changing up something. Maybe you've been growing out a beard, or maybe you want to start to shape up your beard, or maybe you want a haircut, or maybe you want to get braids, or maybe you want to use the sponge to get the curls at the top, or you want to try like something new. Do it. Do it. And like I was told yesterday by some friends of mine, you have to get used to the way you look when you change the way you look. It's not just going to fall in your lap. Sometimes we're spot on and we're just like, oh, yes, this is okay, honey. All right, boo. But not all the time. And that is perfectly okay. We've gotten used to seeing ourselves a certain way, so there's a change. But the only thing that we know is constant is change. And you have to evolve all the time. Also, this week they're talking about social balance and just, ideas, being present. What ideas have you been coming up with that'll balance out your social life? And I know it's hard to have a social life with the time that we're in, but it is not impossible. It is not impossible at all. So what do you plan on doing? What ideas do you want to implement into your life that will be conducive to you? That'll bring some type of flair, some type of increase of activity, something that makes you feel good. Why not go with that idea? Why not? Okay, so this romantic relationship you've been thinking about, what ideas do you have for it? What type of fun things do you want to do with it? Like, what thought forms do you have around it? And if you're not with somebody, who are you thinking about? Who has your attention right now, and why? You don't have to necessarily step out and decide to talk to them yourself, but what is it about them that you like? And if you're not one of those people that don't like stepping up to the person, what is stopping you from stepping up to said person? The worst thing that can happen is a no. But down the line, you can at least say, I didn't get scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went for what I wanted. I didn't necessarily get it, but that doesn't mean another door is not going to open once you make that move. Sometimes we have to make the move. And it doesn't have to be like, hey, I'm trying to holler at you. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to, yeah. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It could just be like, hi, how are you? I just want to introduce myself. My name is Persia. And, that was all. And leave it at that. You've cracked the door open for them to respond without you being rejected. So I don't hear no excuses. But this week is really about how we view ourselves, how we are appearing and viewing our romantic relationship and our social life. Like, we've got to learn how to be creative. Because unlike Neptune, Venus doesn't get caught up within the illusion and caught up within self. Neptune deals with illusion sometimes, many times. And so with Neptune, we get caught up in the illusion of something. While we're at Venus is in Libra, we don't have to worry about getting caught up in the illusion of something. We have creativity on our side. Our feminine energy is active. Not to say it's never active, but it's more active because Venus is in Libra and it's asking us to look at something specific. It is asking you to have faith on your thoughts, have faith on your ideas, to be a tad bit more sensitive this week. And not just to other people, but to yourself. When was the last time you were sensitive to yourself and how you felt? When was the last time you dressed up, got dolled up, and just did it for yourself? Not because you had to go out, not just to impress somebody else, but you did it for yourself. It's been a while, hasn't it? And it's okay. It's all right. We all have moments where other things take precedence. Right now, you do. Right now, your relationships do. Right now, your balancing your social life does. Your thoughts and ideas are important. But as the Fool is saying, don't be foolish. Don't get into a mania. And because Venus isn't like Neptune. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I got that right. Because Venus isn't in like Neptune, you don't have to get caught up in the illusion and the mania and the foolishness. Just take a moment and look and pay attention to the relationships that you have around you. Pay attention to yourself. There is not enough words that can really say how important self-love is. I was dealing with that all yesterday. Self-love is so important for male and female because how we view ourselves is important. If we view ourselves negatively, we give off that energy. If we view ourselves positively, we give off that energy. The facts are how you feel about yourself. And you should feel hella good about yourself. And if you don't, you can change that. You can fix that. You have the power to change who you are and when you are that person. As long as you believe in yourself, all those naysayers can be in stages that naysayers. Do not let them get to you. Only you should be able to get to you. But it should always be in a positive way. It should always be in a positive way. So, take a chance on your love life. Take a chance on your romance. Spark it up a little bit. Give it a little bit of pizzazz, as they like to say. Give yourself a little bit of pizzazz. Give your social life a little bit of pizzazz. It's okay to have a little bit of shenanigans in the mix, but don't get carried away. Don't become a fool. Don't become a complete fool. But your thoughts and ideas are ethereal. They come from the ethers. So why not pay attention to them and use them to your highest good? So with that, I'll let you guys go. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. And I hope that you guys got a lot out of this and that you really pay attention to yourselves and your relationships. And know that Mercury and Mars retrograde will be gone soon because it's Halloween. So that means November is around the corner. We might have a shadow period, but basically by mid-November, everything is done and we are free from that. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you for coming to PersiaRedz space. Hope you guys like the new look. Even if you don't, it's me and I love it, and that's what matters. And remember that when you talk to yourself, you love it, and that's what matters. Bye, loves. Don't forget to love, like, well, I guess you can't love it, but if you like it, that's good enough for me. Subscribe and share. You never know who's going to need this weekly guidance. See you guys next time.